Hey girls, sorry it's so late, and I'm sorry that this video is late up today. I said I was going to get it up earlier today, but then I kind of got sidetracked and got lost up in the midst of the madness of my house. Okay, so I'm going to try to make this quick. I've got a whole bunch to catch up on. A lot of stuff's happened, and so I'm going to try to keep on track. I've got my notes so I don't ramble as much as I normally do. So, okay, here goes. So today is cycle day 32, and this has probably been one of the most ridiculous cycles I've had in a while. I don't know if it has so much to do with like everything that happened earlier this cycle with my bleeding and whatever happened there, or if it was just the unbelievable amounts of stress that I've been under at the moment. Just a lot has been going on, but I'll talk about that in a minute. So first of all, everything's kind of been really weird this cycle. When I say kind of crazy, I mean like my temperatures have been everywhere, and like normally I ovulate on cycle day like 17-ish. Like usually it's pretty solid 17, 18, maybe a little before, but never really after that too much. I think 19 is the latest I've had. But anyway, so cycle day 17 came and went, and nothing really happened. My temperature just kind of stayed where it was. It wasn't really going up or down. It just kind of was floating around. But my other signs of my body were doing other things. Like I had EWCM, and I had high cervical position. It wasn't soft, but it was high. So I was like, okay, maybe it's just going to ovulate tomorrow, and I'm just prepping up for it. But then 18 came, nothing. 19 came, nothing. 20, 21, 22, you get the picture, kept going, nothing, 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 nothing. So nothing actually happened, like, whatsoever. Like, my temperature would dip, like, below the cover line, or whatever. It would just dip really low. And then I'm like, oh yeah, this is going to be it. But then nothing would happen, and it wouldn't spike, it wouldn't go up, it would just kind of slowly go back up to where it was before. So that was annoying, and I was like, okay, what's going on? And like I said before, I think, I don't know if I said it on my videos, but I did say it on my Facebook, if you follow me, that I decided to not take OPKs this cycle. I was just like, okay, I just want to kind of take a break from it, and I want to not have to worry so much about charting, and, or I charted, but I don't have to worry so much about making sure I take my OPKs every day. So turns out that's a very bad idea for me, and it actually makes me more stressed than it does any no stressing. So I didn't take any OPKs, so I have no idea what that was doing, but everything was weird, and I wasn't spiking at all with my temperatures. So Fertility Friend was never giving me lines or dotted lines or anything, and I mean, I wasn't spiking my temperature, it was just kind of leveling back off to where it was before it dipped down. So I think it was then actually on my birthday, the day of my birthday, when I went out to the caves and did all that fun stuff. I wanted to kind of just not think about it, which is why I didn't mention it in my little birthday video, but I actually started spotting that day. It wasn't anything significant, anything that really was worth freaking out over. It was just like a couple drops on my toilet paper. TMI, I'm sorry. But it was nothing really substantial to think about, so I just really didn't think about it. But then I kept spotting for the next, I think, 3 or 4 days. So cycle day 23 is when I started on the 16th of July, and then July 19th, which was cycle day 26, is when I stopped. And then literally the day I stopped, a day after I stopped spotting, I had to leave to be a counselor at a kids camp. I guess you could just say I was like a, what would you call that? A cabin leader? A cabin, I don't know, whatever you call those. Whatever the adults are when they go and make sure kids are where they're supposed to be and take care of them and help them if they're sick and all that kind of stuff. That was my job. So basically, I went to go do that for like 4 or 5 days, and I stopped bleeding then, and John and I baby danced right before I left, and everything was fine. I just kind of gave up for this cycle, thinking, okay, the spotting, maybe that was just early signs of AF. I stopped spotting, but maybe it was just going to pick back up and I was going to actually start a full-blown bleed. But then nothing happened. I kept charting while I was at camp. I wake up the same time every day, and then my temperature dips, and then it spikes. And that was on cycle day 29, so that was Sunday. So we got back home on Monday and baby danced then. So I'm going to say that this is probably the worst timing we've ever had. I'm not going to say we're completely without a chance, but there's a pretty small chance, pretty much no chance in my mind that this is going to be our cycle. If it is, wow. I mean, it'd be funny to me, because of every cycle that we've had, this has been the worst timed one ever. And we were doing so good this cycle, every other day, sometimes more than that. But you go to camp, you're with kids, you're taking care of kids, you can't exactly sneak away and do what you gotta do. So this is also why I look tired and I'm not wearing makeup. It was a really long, fun, but long weekend to keep kids up and staying up till late, talking and stuff like that with them. So, I don't know, timing was awful and stuff like that. So I really am expecting my period to show up. I'm not expecting anything really out of this cycle. I'm not going to get my hopes all up and be like, this is going to be it and I'm going to be pregnant and whatever. I'm just kind of going to stay completely neutral because if we get pregnant this cycle, I will be shocked. I'll be super excited, but I'll be shocked. But basically that's it. It's been just kind of craziness around here, and if you guys follow me on Facebook, you'll know some of this stuff already. I don't really want to talk about it too much in detail because I really just don't want to get all emotional about it. But I've had one friend I know you know about, if you follow me on Facebook, and that friend actually went into preterm labor when she was 23 and a half weeks along, and then ended up losing her little girl 2 hours after she was born. And it was just this ridiculous situation where, the doctors didn't even try. I don't want to go into it. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So all of that has caused unbelievable amounts of just stress, and it's just been really hard for me and really hard for her because she just tried to get pregnant for like the last 4 years, and she just really deserved it just for this to be it for her and for something so completely ridiculous to happen, and they don't even try. It just, you don't know what to do. So there's that. And then tonight I got a text from my mom about one of our other good friends saying how they're coming down here to see him. And when we asked them why, she said that they actually went in to the hospital because she's also 23 and a half weeks. And if you haven't known, basically all of our friends are pregnant and they're almost all around the same kind of due dates. And she also is 23 and a half weeks, and I think they just told her that she has preeclampsia, and her kidneys are failing, and so they have to take the baby, is what they told her. And so they did end up taking the baby tonight, I think at like almost 10 o'clock tonight. And so far, the baby's alright as far as I know, but it's just ridiculous. And so is the mom. They're working both with the mom and the little baby girl. And if you're the praying kind, for both of my friends, if you could just pray for them and just pray for the whole situation, for the friend of mine who's lost her baby, and the other friend who's fighting for her life, and her baby's also fighting for her life. It's just, I mean, that's all I just really want to say about it. I don't want to talk about it anymore, but anyway, yeah, besides all that, with me and everything, that's kind of why I've been so stressed. Everything's been crazy around here, and a lot of stuff like that has been going on, and that's kind of the big heavyweighters, and obviously there's other just little life things that we're trying to figure out, so it doesn't do well for baby making, and it doesn't do well for me to keep myself stressed out. So we've been doing a lot of praying, and actually at the camp there was a lot of good things that happened for me just to kind of let things get off my shoulders. So hopefully things in other people's lives that are close to me just settle down, and everything ends up okay for my friend and her little girl. So they're okay, and I can be okay, and I just pray that everything for me and John is good, and we're just believing that everything when we get pregnant is good, because I can't even imagine what they're going through, and I don't ever want to know what they're going through, ever. So I guess that's all I really have to say, and I'm sorry to end it kind of on such a sour note, but I just hope you guys all have good nights, and that whatever you're going through, that it all turns out for the best. So thanks so much for watching.